back to the Emmanuel Zone. I'm your host, Elov. Today I'd like to talk about stock restoration. You see, I recently came into acquisition of a M1A rifle. As a matter of fact, I have the Springfield Arms MA9826 M1A. Now this is a national match loaded rifle. It's got the national match flash suppressor, sight, stainless steel barrel and rear sight, and a nice black composite stock. Now, as beautiful as this rifle is, I'd like it to look more like the M14 of yesteryear. So in order to do that, I ordered a wooden stock from Numrich Gun Parts. Now, they sent me a stock for not too much money, which was kind of beat up and crusty looking, as you'll see in this picture right here. And I decided, you know what, it just looks a little too beat for me. So what I decided to do was refinish it. I'm going to keep some of the dings and nicks in it for character, but as you can see here, I've already started the process of refurbishing the stock. Now what I did was I gave it a light sanding with 100 grit sandpaper to take off the finish, but I didn't want to lose too much material. After the light sanding, I smoothed it out with 220 grit sandpaper and then used Linseed pure linseed oil. Now this stuff is great. Not only will it give you a nice looking luster, it will really bring the grain of the wood out and give it a nice dark finish, but it'll protect it from water and it'll give it a nice hardening effect. Also though, you want to be very careful when you use linseed oil. If you're using rags, make sure you dispose of the rags properly. Left out, they could start a fire. So I've already started. I've given it 2 coats of linseed oil already. What I'll do next is dip this double-aught steel wool into the linseed oil, give it a light sanding. Okay? So I rub it in, let it dry, then I'll go back to my 220 fine sandpaper and give it another light sanding just to rough it up slightly, and then I'll rub in another coat of linseed oil with my hands. It takes about 24 to 36 hours for each coat to dry, so it's a long process, but it's going to be well worth it. In the meantime, if there are some dings that are just too unsightly, like a big ding right here, as you can see, every time I use the 220 sandpaper, I can gather up what sawdust I create, pack it into this little ding, and then rub the linseed oil, and that will actually adhere to the wood and fill the ding. Well, that's all I got for you today. I'll come back later and I'll show you how the M1 looks when it's completely done. So remember, this is Elov telling you keep your weapon pointed downrange, your finger straight off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Have a great day.